Your Honour, I am invoking my right under Section 3127.1 to request immediate dismissal based on procedural irregularities. Judge Frank Caprio looks up slowly. His eyes find the man standing before him. Tailored suit, leather portfolio, the kind of confidence that comes from rehearsing a performance rather than living a truth. Mr. Garrett, I have read your motion. Please sit down. Your Honour, with respect, the statute allows me to present oral arguments before... Mr. Garrett, sit down. The two words land like a gavel. Daniel Garrett, 38 years old, adjusts his tie and takes his seat. His lawyer, Patricia Sandoval, sits beside him, her face carefully blank. But her hands are folded too tightly. Caprio does not rush. He never does. He sets down his pen and lets the silence do its work. Officer Chen, please read the charges. Officer Chen steps forward. His voice is steady, but there is weariness in it, the kind that comes from watching the same story repeat itself too many times. Case file 24-10887, Commonwealth versus Daniel Joseph Garrett. Charges: operating an unregistered vehicle, failure to display valid inspection, driving with an expired license, accumulation of 14 prior unpaid parking citations spanning 18 months, failure to appear for scheduled hearings on 3 separate occasions. Caprio nods. He does not look angry. He looks tired, the kind of tired that comes from seeing people tie themselves in knots when a simple apology would set them free. Mr. Garrett, do you understand the charges against you? Your Honour, I understand them, but I dispute their validity on both procedural and jurisdictional grounds. I have prepared a motion to dismiss that addresses each citation individually, and I believe this court lacks proper standing to... Caprio raises one hand, not harshly, just enough. Mr. Garrett, I did not ask for a legal argument. I asked if you understand the charges, yes or no. Garrett pauses, his jaw tightens. Yes. Good. Before we continue, please tell us where you are watching from. And if you are over 50, subscribe to Mercy Stories, because today you are going to watch what happens when someone mistakes cleverness for wisdom and discovers that the law was never meant to be a shield against the truth. Caprio opens a thick folder. It lands on the desk with a soft thud. 47 pages. He does not flip through it dramatically. He just looks at it for a moment as if it makes him sad. Mr. Garrett, I have your file here. Most traffic cases are 2 or 3 pages. Yours is 47. That tells me something before I even read a word. It tells me you have been fighting for a long time. What it does not tell me is what you are really fighting for. He pulls out the first page. Citation number 1, October 2023. Parking in a handicapped space without proper credentials. You filed a motion to dismiss, claiming the signage was obstructed. The motion was denied. You did not pay. You did not show up. Garrett leans forward, ready to speak. Caprio does not stop him with anger. He stops him with a look, the kind of look a father gives a son who is about to make a mistake he cannot take back. Not yet. Let me finish. Garrett leans back. His hands grip the armrests. Citation number 2, November 2023, expired meter, downtown. You filed an appeal. You said the meter was broken. The city inspected it. The meter was fine. You did not pay. You did not show up. Citation number 3, December 2023, blocking a fire hydrant. You said the hydrant was not properly marked. The fire marshal said it was. You did not pay. You did not show up. Caprio pauses. He looks at Garrett, and for a moment there is something close to sorrow in his eyes. Mr. Garrett, do you see the pattern here? I do, and it breaks my heart a little because I know what this pattern means. It means you are hiding, and I do not think you even know what you are hiding from anymore. Garrett's face reddens. Your Honor, I object to this characterization. Each citation has unique circumstances that... Mr. Garrett, Caprio's voice is quiet now, almost gentle. You are not on trial for parking tickets. You are on trial for something much bigger. You are on trial for whether or not you can look at yourself and tell the truth. The courtroom is silent. Even the clerk has stopped typing. Patricia Sandoval stands, but she hesitates. She knows this is not the kind of moment you interrupt. Your Honor, my client is prepared to resolve these matters today. He acknowledges that some citations may be valid and is willing to address them in good faith. Caprio nods. Ms. Sandoval, I appreciate that. But good faith is not something you announce. It is something you live, and your client has not been living it. He turns back to Garrett. Let me ask you something, and I want you to think before you answer. Why do you think you filed 23 motions for $400 worth of parking tickets? Garrett opens his mouth, then closes it. I believed they were wrong. Wrong how? Wrong because I did not deserve to be penalized for small mistakes. Caprio leans forward. Small mistakes that you made 14 times. Garrett is quiet. Mr. Garrett, I am going to tell you something that no one else in this courtroom will say to you. Not your lawyer, not the officer, not the clerk. I'm going to tell you because I think you need to hear it. And because I think somewhere deep down you already know it. He pauses. You are afraid. Garrett's eyes narrow. Afraid of what? Afraid of being ordinary. Afraid of being wrong. Afraid of being just another person who makes mistakes and has to own them. So you dress it up in legal language. You call it principle. You call it justice. But it is not principle, it is fear. The words land quietly, but they land hard. Your Honor, that is not fair. Fair? Mr. Garrett, let me tell you about fair. Fair is the single mother who got a parking ticket last month. She could not afford it, but she paid it. Anyway, because she did not have time to fight it. She works 2 jobs. She has 3 kids. She does not have the luxury of filing motions and requesting continuances. She just pays and moves on. That is fair. Caprio pulls out a photograph. This is the handicapped space you parked in. October 2023. You said the sign was obstructed by a tree branch. Here is the photo. The sign is right there, clear as day. The tree branch is 3 feet to the left. It does not block anything. He pulls out another photo. This is the parking meter. You said it was broken. The inspection report says it was working fine. You parked at 9:47 a.m. for 1 hour. You came back at 11:23 a.m. That is 96 minutes. You were 36 minutes late. The meter did not fail you. You failed the meter. Garrett shifts in his seat. His confidence is starting to crack. Your Honor, I was delayed by traffic. I did not mean to. I know you did not mean to. That is the whole point. Life happens, traffic happens, delays happen. Most people just pay the fine and move on. But you could not do that. You had to fight it, and then you had to fight the next one, and the next one, and now here you are, 18 months later, drowning in a 47-page file because you could not let go. Caprio's voice softens. Mr. Garrett, do you know what I think happened? I think the first citation made you angry. Maybe it felt unfair. Maybe it felt like the world was picking on you. So you fought it, and when you lost, it hurt. So you fought the next one, and the next one, and somewhere along the way, fighting became the point. Winning did not matter anymore. You just did not want to lose. Garrett's hands are trembling now. But here is the truth, Mr. Garrett. You already lost. You lost the moment you parked in that handicapped space. You lost the moment you walked away from that expired meter. You lost the moment you decided that your time was more important than the rules everyone else follows. Caprio sets down the photos. Officer Chen, how many administrative hours did this case consume? Officer Chen checks his notes. 140 hours, Your Honor, between processing motions, rescheduling hearings, and reviewing appeals. Caprio looks at Garrett. 140 hours. That is 3.5 work weeks. Do you know what that means? It means the city had to pay people to read your motions. It means other cases got delayed. It means a college student had to miss class to come back for a rescheduled hearing because your appeal pushed his case. It means a restaurant owner lost business because he was stuck in court waiting for your case to be called. Garrett's face is pale now. I did not know that. Of course you did not, because you were too busy being right to care about being kind. The words hang in the air. No one moves. Caprio opens the file again. Let me tell you what else is in here. 3 failures to appear. March 15th, you filed a family emergency. I granted you a continuance. April 10th, and you had car trouble. I rescheduled you. May 3, you just did not show up. No call, no explanation, nothing. He looks up. Mr. Garrett, I have been doing this for a long time. I have seen people who could not afford to miss work. I have seen people who were terrified of court. I have seen people who were drowning in problems so big that a parking ticket felt like the end of the world. But you know what they all did? They showed up because they understood that respect is not optional. Garrett's voice cracks. I am sorry. Sorry for what? For wasting everyone's time. Caprio shakes his head. No, do not apologize to me. Apologize to the people whose lives you disrupted. Apologize to the single mother who paid her fine on time. Apologize to the college student who missed class. Apologize to the restaurant owner. Apologize to yourself because you are the one who has been paying the highest price. He picks up his pen. Here is what I am going to do. I'm going to give you a choice, and I want you to understand that this choice is not about money. It is about who you want to be when you walk out of here. Garrett nods, his eyes wet. Option 1. You pay the full amount today, $2,540. You walk out. We never see each other again, and you can keep telling yourself that you were right and the world was wrong. Option 2. You complete a restorative accountability program. You do 60 hours of community service at the parking enforcement office. You attend a civic responsibility course. You meet with the people your appeals delayed, and you apologize face to face. You create a public service announcement explaining what you learned. And you write a 1,000-word reflection on the difference between being smart and being wise. Caprio leans back. If you complete the program, I will reduce your fines by 40%. But more importantly, you will get something you cannot put a price on. You will get the chance to become someone you are proud of. Garrett wipes his eyes. I will do the program. Good. Report to the parking enforcement office Monday morning at 9 a.m. Do not be late. Do not file a motion. Just show up. Yes, Your Honor. One more thing, if you fail to complete this program, I will issue a warrant. You will be arrested. You will not get another chance, but I do not think that is going to happen. Do you know why? Garrett shakes his head. Because I think you are tired of running, and I think you are ready to stop. Over the next 12 weeks, Daniel Garrett does something he has not done in a long time. He shows up. On Monday morning, he walks into the parking enforcement office. His supervisor, Maria Torres, hands him a headset and a script. His job is simple: answer phones, help people understand their citations and listen. The first call is from an elderly woman. She is crying. She got a ticket and does not know how to pay it online. Garrett walks her through it step by step. When she thanks him, he realizes something. This is the first time in 18 months he has helped someone instead of fighting them. In week 3, he attends the civic responsibility course. The instructor is a retired judge who tells stories about people who lost jobs because they were stuck in court. One woman missed her daughter's school play because a case got delayed. Another man had to close his business early because he was waiting for a hearing that never happened. Garrett listens, and for the first time he understands His motions were not just paperwork, they were pain, someone else's pain. In week 5, he meets with the college student. Her name is Emma. She is 19 years old. She missed her chemistry midterm because of a rescheduled hearing. She had to petition the professor for a makeup exam. She almost failed the class. Garrett apologizes, not with legal language, not with excuses, just with the truth. I was selfish. I thought my fight mattered more than your time. I was wrong. I am sorry. Emma nods. She does not hug him. She does not forgive him out loud, but she says, "Thank you for saying that." And somehow that is enough. In week 8, he writes his reflection. The first draft is full of jargon and justifications. The court sends it back. Write it like you are talking to your younger self. Tell him what you wish someone had told you. He tries again. This time, he writes from the heart. I thought being smart meant never being wrong. I thought knowing the law meant I could outsmart the consequences. But I was not smart. I was scared. Scared of being ordinary. Scared of admitting I made a mistake. Scared of being just another person who parks illegally and has to own it. So I hid behind motions and appeals. I called it principle, but it was pride, and pride costs more than I ever imagined. The court approves it. In week 10, he records the PSA. He stands in front of a camera and says the words he never thought he would say. My name is Daniel Garrett. 18 months ago, I parked in a handicapped space. I got a ticket, and instead of paying it, I filed a motion, then another, then another. I told myself I was fighting for justice, but I was not. I was fighting to avoid the truth. The truth is, I was wrong. And being wrong is okay. What is not okay is wasting other people's time because you cannot admit it. The law is not a loophole. It is a promise we make to each other. And I broke that promise. I am sorry. The video is 90 seconds long. It is not polished. It is not perfect, but it is real. And that makes it beautiful. In week 12, Daniel Garrett returns to court. He is not wearing a suit. He is wearing jeans and a button-down shirt. He looks different, lighter somehow. Caprio reviews the documents. Maria Torres sent a glowing report. The course instructor confirmed completion. Emma sent a letter. So did the restaurant owner. Mr. Garrett, you completed the program. What did you learn? Garrett stands. His voice is steady, but there is emotion in it. I learned that I was fighting the wrong battle. I thought I was fighting the system, but I was really fighting myself. I was so afraid of being wrong that I made everything worse. I hurt people I never met. I wasted time I will never get back. And I almost lost the chance to be someone I could respect. He pauses. Your Honor, you said I was hiding. You were right. I was hiding from the truth. And the truth is simple. I made mistakes. I owed money. I should have paid it. Instead, I built a fortress out of legal language and told myself I was standing on principle. But I was not standing. I was running, and I am tired of running. Caprio nods slowly. Mr. Garrett, you did something rare. You stopped defending yourself and started understanding yourself. That takes courage. He signs a document. I am reducing your fines to 524s. You have already paid $1,000, so you have a credit of 476. The court will refund you within 30 days. Your driving privileges are restored. This case is closed. Garrett exhales. Thank you, Your Honor, for not giving up on me. I never give up on people, Mr. Garrett. I just wait for them to stop giving up on themselves. 6 months later, a letter arrives at the court. Your Honor, I have not received a single parking citation since completing the program, but more than that, I have not filed a single motion, appeal, or challenge. Not because I am afraid, but because I do not need to. I pay my meters, I follow the rules. And when I make a mistake, I own it. You told me the law was a promise we make to each other. I understand that now. Thank you for giving me the chance to keep that promise. Respectfully, Daniel Garrett. Caprio pins the letter behind his bench. He thinks of the single mother who paid her fine on time, the college student who missed her midterm, the restaurant owner who lost business, the elderly woman who cried on the phone. He thinks of Daniel Garrett, who finally stopped running. He turns off the light and locks the door. Should every case of procedural abuse result in restorative service and personal reflection? Yes or no? Tell us below and subscribe to Justice Talks.